Hello, lovely Scorpios. This is your reading. Thanks for joining me at the Lightroom forecast. This is your reading for this week. We're doing a slightly shortened Celtic cross, and then we'll be clarifying. So looking at the central point, the basis, what's behind you, where you're at, moving forward. And we'll pull a few cards at the end, just to clarify and just a bit of icing on the cake. Okay, so let's see what's happening for you, lovely Scorpios, leading up to this gorgeous, what will be, full moon in Libra on the 28th. It's on the 28th here in the southern hemisphere. Probably 29th, is it? I don't know, 29th, northern hemisphere, something like that. So let's see, lovely Scorps. Just wait for a couple of cards to jump. We'll talk about the central point first and then keep going and then come back for a little bit more in-depth look. Just two more cards, please. Thank you. Just one more. We like to let them jump. Okay, so let's have a wee look at this briefly, but we'll keep going. Just keep the flow happening here. Okay, we come out off the bat, my dear Scorpios, which kind of does feel a bit scorpionic. The Queen of Swords, more often than not, very much a kind of, well, it's an air element we're looking at here. But of course, all the queens are watery. You're presenting, all the queens are watery. You're presenting as the Queen of Swords this week. Sharp, very sharp mind, very sharp sword, Scorpios. And I think you're removing something. The reason why I say that, removing, releasing, whatever way you want to look at it, crossing the beautiful Queen of Clarity, Queen of Precision and Insight, and really pretty much no mucking around. We get the Ten of Wands, representing really the end of a cycle here. You're really slicing it off, is what I feel. Excuse me. You're really slicing it away. The Ten of Wands is a burden, and it's at the end of the suit of Wands. We play it out in our lives. We carry the burden, and it is a burden by the time it gets to the 10, and it is seen in the material world, in your world. So you decide as the Queen, okay, this is enough. This is enough. I'm ready to release this, which is a wonderful thing. Whatever this is for you, whatever situation, scenario you are in at the moment. The basis of this, dear Scorpios, we get the basis of this is that I do believe when we're looking at that central point that, look, get rid of the torment. And the Devil card in the Thoth deck, we see, like in any Devil card, the ability for a kind of self-imposed bondage or bondage to others, whether that be emotionally in whatever form, mentally, a bondage to one's own habits. The other side of the Devil in the Thoth deck, it's heavily emphasized. The need to appreciate and live life to its fullest capacity, to appreciate all the wonderful, amazing material things, food, other people, nature, all of that, to totally enjoy and live and love it. In this card we see the little, I guess they're thought forms, the wee tormented figures down here. So they are in their own sort of bondage, I guess. So whatever you're doing, Scorpios, whatever situation, whatever it is, it's pretty clear that you're cutting off the burdens of whatever the burdens are for you at this time. And the basis of it is a kind of understanding your own personal bondage, whether that be habits, thoughts, emotions. So let's continue. What's behind you, lovely Scorpios? It couldn't really be any clearer with those 3 cards. What is behind you? Maybe, and don't get caught up on time placements within this reading. It is a circular reading. What's behind you is the Star. Wishes, dreams coming true, some would say. It's a healing card, ultimately. It's a healing card. And there is information that has been gleaned, that has been absorbed. It is a card of bridging, of being a transmitter, which, Scorpio, you understand this. You understand this state very well. It's pretty intense, actually. I just feel that. It's very intense. Okay, so we've had some healing going on here. Currently, please, for beautiful Scorpios, this feels pretty intense. Current position for Scorpios, you're standing up. Look, it couldn't be really clearer. The Queen, hello, the Queen of Swords. It's just straight down the line. Currently, we have the 7 of Wands, a card of assessment. A card also of understanding your own desires. And this 7 of Wands is literally about standing up for your integrity, your principles. I mean, you're on fire here. You're on fire, babies. You really are. This is really standing up. Not in a sort of defensive way or anything. You're just saying, okay, all right, this is where I stand. I'm going to honour myself in this situation. The Queen doesn't muck around. So whatever this situation is, good on you, I say, good on you. You're strong. You've done some pretty intensive, deep healing here. I really feel that. Just moving forward, beautiful Scorps, moving forward. It's pretty amazing. We'll go through and clarify. I'll just keep the momentum. Look, talk about one Queen to the next. We're mixing it up, and it is fiery. Moving forward, we have the gorgeous, absolutely wonderful Queen of Wands. Now, this Queen has overcome so many obstacles, hurdles. She wouldn't be a queen if she hadn't. And she sits there. I mean, it's a card of intense inspiration, free spirits, total creativity. It's will at its most precise and intense. Expression of your principles. honouring you. This is moving forward, this Queen. This is a power, like this is a powerful couple because we combine fire with air. This is really, there's been something here, Scorpios, I get. There's been something here that's, it's like you hit a wall and you say, enough is enough. That's it for me. I'm cutting whatever burden this is, whatever burden. I'm cutting this off, man. I am going to go for it. I'm going to go what is for me, intrinsically my personal truth, and that is how I honour myself, and that is how I want to move forward. This is what this reading really is kind of saying. Now let's just let's just see. I often feel that there's no point looking back here, so we're just looking at sometimes there is, but you know, we're just looking at the Seven of Wands. Please, can we this current position of standing up for yourself, beautiful Scorps, or maybe wow, yeah. And what does this give you? This standing up for yourself. On so many levels, we enter through this gateway. I'm speechless, actually. We enter through this gateway. And there are things in here that you would never, ever, ever, this could be very specific reading that you never imagined, dear Scorps. You never imagined would be available to you, or you would have access to. This is what I'm getting here with the Seven of Wands. Standing up, honouring yourself, and loving yourself at the same time. There are things in here, there are ramifications and flow-on effects of this that you had no idea would be coming to you. It's really amazing. And this Queen of Wands really runs with this. This is a gift. This is a gift that's coming from this. And from getting rid of that burden. This is the gift here. Wow. Let's just, excuse me, I've been a bit sniffly this week. Excuse me. Let's look at the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands, this passionate, we've got a few, wow, yeah, well, this one popped out. This one popped out, dear Scorps. Hello, is there, not only a lot of self-love in the air for you Scorpios at the moment, we get the King of Wands, the King of Rods in this Morgan Greer deck. The Queen moves forward with the King. Look, there's some amazing kind of situation here where you've really, it's like a quick turn, if you know what I mean, like a total change in direction. I just realised that I don't want that. I want to go in this direction, you know. And there's a hell of a lot of like you're walking through this doorway. If you've not seen it already, get ready for bounty on any and every level to come in. And I do think in this reading, dear Scorpio, that there is some potential coupling, involved in this whole thing. Not in this whole thing, actually, but as we're moving through it. Because what you've done is a lot of personal work here, which is incredibly admirable. Good on you. Yeah, there's something in this King and Queen towards the end. The journey map, and we will get a Brian Froud, Pixie and Fairy. This card is called Desire. It's about feeling life force chi flowing through you. It's about having a relationship with your own life force, and that it illuminates outward and bathes other people and connects with other people. And there are no agendas or anything here. It's about being aware of your life force and being in flow. There's a lot of there's something in here that there was a point, I think, for you that you needed to. There's some big shift here, I think, Scorpio, it's just what I feel in this. And at some point, a necessity to come back and to give yourself a bit of self-love here. What it's done for you in the process of this shedding, cutting off, in fact, of burden. I feel it to be quite, what's the word? Quite heavy and difficult, but you are in the place right now after this healing, this sort of new info coming through, a watery download of sorts. You're in the position where you are walking through this gate simply by being clear and expressing your desires, your personal needs, wants, needs, honouring your integrity. Somewhere in here, we'll get a Pixie and Fairy card. I'm going on a bit. There's a coupling, husband and wife. Wife and wife, husband and husband, genders, whatever. It's beautiful, Scorpios. Let's just get a Pixie and Fairy card just to have a little bit of the icing on the top. I do feel in this that it's probably not the right word, but this initial, it's kind of like, I just see this massive piece of cliff falling off the main piece of land, or like a giant iceberg breaking away, is what it feels like a giant shift to me. Anyway, I'm going on about it, Scorps. Let's get a wee Pixie and Fairy, please, for Brian Froud. From Brian Froud. Oh, yeah. I mean, look. We get the beautiful maiden. This is new beginnings. This is, as I said before, like, we don't need to look at the past. I mean, sure, we work through things, and when we have, we don't need to keep going back there. This is a beautiful joy baby that has no fresh off the hoof, whatever the term, fresh out of the cabbage patch too. There is no past. This is a whole new beginning. This is an explosion of energy. This is a cracking of a new seed. It's amazing, Scorpio. It's beautiful. Look at that. It's so gorgeous. Well done, Scorps. Whatever scenario this has been for you, it may be specific to just one person out there in the world, and it is a general reading. But I hope you enjoyed that. Possibly it resonated, possibly, highly likely it didn't. Anyway, we get what we get. Thank you so much, Scorpio. Enjoy this beautiful full moon in Libra. I think you will. I think that doorway is there's gonna be some amazing things coming through. Cherry Scorps. Have a good week.